Here, I've been thinking. You know, a lot of people ask me, Terry, what was the best getaway car you ever had? Well, it depends what sort of job you're doing, you know what I mean? There's getaway cars for certain operations, shall we say. If you have to get away quick, you couldn't beat a Jag. You know what I mean? They were so good, those Jag Mark IIs. Why? And I used to get them tuned up a bit as well, which helped. But you see, they were great. But the thing is, they're very conspicuous, a Jag. I mean, people started to catch on if there was a Jag near a bloody jewellery shop or a bank. Well, you know, you started to attract a bit of attention. So I started to use different vehicles after that. The Lotus Cortina, that was one of my favourites, you know, because it looked quite like a normal Cortina, which were pretty tame bloody things, you know what I mean. But the Lotus Twin Cam, oh man, that used to go. That was a rocket ship. But anyway, so we used to use Lotus Cortinas, but we take that bloody stripe thing off, you know, because that was a bit obvious. Just keep them white, and they were great. They were rocket ships, those things. But see, the thing is, there were two doors. This is a bit of a problem, you know. When you've got 3-4 blokes doing a bank job, well, bloody two doors is a bit useless, you know what I mean? So you couldn't beat the Jag in every department, really. Just a little bit too conspicuous, that's the only problem. But in other jobs, well, of course, you don't need something too quick. You sometimes want to get away nice and subtly, you know what I mean? And so obviously vans were very popular, and well, we started out in the 1960s with the Thames 400E van. You know, it was pretty good, you know. There was lots of them around, so they didn't look conspicuous, you know what I mean, which was important. But they were bloody useless, so very slow. God blimey. I remember one occasion, we did this bank job, right, and then they got away, you know, put the stuff in the back of the van. And anyways, the bloody driver, he came up to this bloody railway crossing, didn't he? Well, the bloody thing used to jam in gears. They were terrible. They had these column changes, you know what I mean? And anyways, he got stuck across the bloody railway line. Yeah, bloody train came. Fastest that van ever went was down the bloody railway track on the front of this bloody locomotive. God blimey. But anyways, so when Ford brought out the Ford Transit, well, things started to change big time. Yeah, these were far more efficient, very fast too for a van. They used to go like they're clappers. But anyways, they were good because they were big, you could get a lot of stuff in them. There was lots of people had them because they were very popular, but they used to go like stink. And they were more reliable than the Thames 400E. Which this improved operations dramatically, I remember. Yeah, in the early 70s, some of our jobs used to go so smoothly. Yeah, and it was all due to the Ford Transit van. Yeah, good motor, good motor. You always want to be subtle. You don't want it to look too obvious what you're doing, you know. So we often use several vehicles, all the same sort of colour, and we sort of confuse people, but there's only one of them carrying the looty, but we had about 3 or 4 of them going off in different directions, you know what I mean? And that confused the place a lot. It was good tactic actually, yeah. But it had to be a car which was very common, you know, like a Ford Cortina or Ford Escorts. They had pretty good motors, yeah. And again, they made a hot version, the twin cam Escort. Looked very similar to a normal Ford Escort, but had a lot more grunt, you know what I mean? So they were quite handy, but again, it was a bloody 2-door. Well, God, you need 4 doors, you know, or at least you need to get in the back with the van, right? So, yeah, there was various machines, and we use motorbikes. Often these were quite handy, especially if they had the little sidecar, you know. You could throw the loot in the bloody sidecar, poof, off you go. And yeah, police never thought about chasing a motorbike, you know what I mean? Think, well, there can't be much in a motorbike, but you get a lot in those bloody sidecars, I tell you. And when it was sort of like jewellery and things like that, well, you can get a lot of jewels in a bloody sidecar, I can tell you. But yeah, so we had quite a varied amount of motors in our operations in the 60s and 70s, yeah. After that, well, the Dolomite Sprint, I remember that came out. That was quite a nice motor too, but a bit small, you know what I mean? You need something big and fast, and of course the Jag ticks all the boxes in that department, doesn't it? You know what I mean? See you later.